Okay folks, time for another cynically motivated, ever so popular trailer reaction video, this time for Pokémon Wine and Cheese. I mean, Pokémon Abbott and Costello. Only joking. It is, of course, Pokémon Sword and Shield. Yes, Sword and Shield. They're really committing to that something and something thing. Because, you know, you sell more copies that way. So, this is the new Pokemon game heading to Switch. It looks exactly like a Pokemon game. Throw a ball, an animal comes out of it, and you can use that to fight other animals and maybe put those animals in a ball for a minute. Graphically, it looks nice, doesn't it? It's always lovely to see the actual Pokemon be animated and have attacks, which, for the most of this series, it hasn't had, but obviously graphics have moved on since the Game Boy, which of course is the last time I was super into Pokemon, was the original Game Boy ones, because I am very young and very current. But yeah, it looks good. I do have to admit though that Pokemon is starting to look a little bit Dynasty Warriors-ish. I mean, what generation is this now? 8? Something along those lines? Like, it's on par with console generations now. But I'm gonna get it, obviously, regardless, because it's got this thing in it. Slobbit. Slobber. Look at Slobsome over there, isn't that cool? Sobble, see? It's the Sobvious choice. People, of course, are having their arguments now over which Pokemon starter will be theirs, whether it will be the green monkey, because if Pokemon's needed anything, it's a monkey one, at last. The fire rabbit, and the frog thing, tadpole thing, Sobble. Obviously, it's all Sobble. It's always been Sobble. But, you know, you're entitled to your wrong choice if you want to have any of the other ones. The fire rabbit or the green monkey. But obviously, if you have taste, like some of us, you know, you go with Sobble, clearly. Anyway, that's a new Pokemon game, very exciting. It's clearly more traditional. It's not going to be like Pokemon Let's Go. You even see in the trailer someone walking into grass and a random encounter coming up. Not sure how I feel like about that. I actually like seeing the Pokemon in the overworld. That was something I really liked from Pokemon Let's Go. But it's not like I was expecting anything other than a traditional Pokemon game, which is absolutely fine. I'm always on, but I've always played them. I've always played a new Pokemon game, even though I've not been super into the series since the originals, which, consequently, is part of the reason why I loved playing Pokemon Let's Go, even though a lot of people hated that game and felt like it was, I guess, encroaching on their turf, which I never quite got. I never quite understood that. There was a lot of hate for Let's Go. It was review bombed, you know, meta bombed, all that kind of stuff. People were attacking it everywhere, going after people who liked it, furious that anyone actually liked it. And I never understood that because we always knew this one was coming. We always knew a you know, quote-unquote proper Pokemon game was happening. It wasn't even like the Diablo Immortal situation, where they brought a whole bunch of fans over for BlizzCon and then announced a shitty mobile spin-off game in front of them, instead of anything that you'd expect a major gathering to be there for. Pokemon Let's Go just came out, and we already knew at the time that it was a spin-off and that more of what people wanted was coming. So I never quite understood that one. There are sometimes when I understand that people are pissed off that a game is a big departure from something, depending on the context. But the context here was that Let's Go was fairly harmless, and here we are with the proof of that, because it's been bookended by the game a lot of people wanted happening. And it looks like more of the same, which, fair enough. Yeah, cool. I'm on board. I'm in. And there'll be some incremental things added. There'll be things they've added to the game to make it more interesting and you know, something to evolve it from the others. But at its core, not that there's anything wrong with that, it is more Pokemon. And for me, I don't know if it'll be easy to get into it the way I did with Pokemon Let's Go, which for an adult, was a lot more convenient and quick, and consequently actually made me waste more of my time with it because it was so immediate that I found myself playing it a lot more. So I'm looking forward to this, especially having it on the Switch. The Switch is... I think it has become my favourite console ever, and it having both Let's Go and a full-on traditional Pokemon game on the same system at the same time there, I mean, that's brilliant for me. I'm really happy with that, actually. I get everything. If you really liked Pokemon Let's Go, but you also still, really like the traditional ones, you get everything. So I'm fine with that. And I gotta say, Nintendo has been killing it at a time where the industry is so fucked, and there are all these high-profile disaster games coming out, and certain companies are having AMAs in snake pits, which, I'm sure we'll talk about more on Monday. Nintendo is just bringing out really good games, doing amazing Nintendo Directs, and just impressing everyone, which is, well, it's impressive. Not that they've steered clear of all of the financial woes hitting the industry at the moment, but even then, their approach to that seems to be a lot healthier, because, they're looking at things like improving the value prospect of Switch Online. They're like, not enough people signed up for that. That's a problem. How do we make it more appealing? Not what features can we take away? How many hundreds of employees can we lose? Not can we jump on the live service bandwagon and join that oversaturation of content? But then few companies can do what Nintendo can do, which is, say, put out a video about a new Pokemon game and have the entire internet pulling its own lower jaw off in sheer excitement. So, yeah, thumbs up to Nintendo. I've been very critical of them, and I will be again. But right now, in the here and now, they seem to be doing all right. Well done, them. I'll play the Pokemon game. I'll be a little blue frog thing. Fight with a little... You don't play as the Pokemon, but you should. You should.